Have you ever watched a dog sit by the front door 4 hours waiting for an owner who isn't coming home? Or seen an elephant standing over the body of a herd member, refusing to leave, touching the bones with its trunk, long after any practical reason to stay has passed? Or learned that certain penguins return to the same partner every breeding season, across thousands of miles of open ocean, and somehow find each other again? You probably felt something watching those things. Most people do. And then someone told you it was just instinct, just programming, just animals doing what evolution built them to do, with nothing resembling what you feel when you love someone. But what if that explanation is too convenient? What if the scientists who study animal behavior are no longer so sure? If love is going to exist anywhere outside of human experience, it has to show up in the biology first. In 2003, a neuroscientist named Jake Panksepp published research that would reshape how scientists think. The neural circuits that generate emotional states in humans appear in virtually every mammal that has been studied. The limbic system sits at the emotional core of the human brain, present in dogs, rats, elephants, dolphins, and primates. He called it the care system. It is the neural circuit that activates during nurturing behavior. When this system fires, the brain releases oxytocin. Oxytocin is sometimes called the bonding hormone. It is released during childbirth, during breastfeeding, during physical contact between people who are close. Prairie voles form lifelong monogamous pair bonds, show massive oxytocin activity when bonded with a partner, block the oxytocin receptors and the bond dissolves, restore them and it returns. The chemistry of attachment in a small North American rodent runs on the same molecule as the chemistry of attachment in a human. That is not a coincidence. That is shared evolutionary heritage. The deeper question is whether they experience anything, whether there is something it feels like to be a bonded elephant or a grieving dog. Cynthia Moss spent decades observing elephant herds in Kenya, documented elephants returning to sites where family members died, sometimes years later, standing quietly, touching the bones. Elephant mothers carrying dead calves for days. A chimpanzee mother carrying her mummified infant for 68 days. These are not behaviors that serve any survival function. The only framework that explains them is something resembling grief. Grief is not possible without attachment. Attachment, in humans, is what we call love. Dogs have co-evolved with humans for 15,000 to 40,000 years, long enough for genuine biological changes to occur. A study published in Science in 2015, when dogs and their owners made eye contact, both species showed elevated oxytocin levels, not just the owners. The dogs. The same bonding chemistry that fires between a human parent and infant was firing between a dog and its person. A dog looking at you is not just seeking food or safety. Something that looks remarkably like affection is happening in its brain. Wolves do not show this response with humans. It developed specifically in domesticated dogs. Through thousands of years of living alongside people, the capacity for cross-species attachment was literally bred into the dog. Gentoo and macaroni penguins return to the same breeding sites and reunite with the same partners. The reunion behaviors are unmistakable. Pairs that have bred together before show higher reproductive success. The bond is not just sentimental, it is functional. Frans de Waal spent decades arguing the sharp line humans draw between their own emotional lives and those of other animals is not supported by the evidence. Reconciliation behavior in chimpanzees, seeking each other out afterward, making physical contact. The relationship itself appears to have value to them. Bonobo apes form deep social bonds. Consolation behavior when a bonded individual is distressed. An older bonobo repeatedly intervening to protect a younger one. Not its offspring, not its mate, simply an individual it had bonded with. The strongest version of the skeptical position. We cannot verify the subjective experience behind it. When a dog looks at you with what appears to be devotion, we are interpreting behavior through a human lens. The danger of anthropomorphism is real. The assumption that human emotional experience is categorically separate is also a projection. It is a philosophical position, not a scientific one. The brain structures are shared. The chemistry is shared. What we call love in humans may exist on a continuum. The Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness, signed in 2012. Non-human animals possess the neurological substrates that generate consciousness. Animals may not write love letters, but they wait by doors. They carry their dead. They return across thousands of miles to find the same partner again. They protect individuals they have no genetic reason to protect. They grieve. They console. They reconcile. Love may not be uniquely human after all.